Olivia arrived at the museum to a swarm of law enforcement officers, crime scene investigators, and emergency responders, as well as half the town standing back behind police tape. The sheriff stood out front talking to the mayor, and they both wore grave expressions. That was not promising. A body from out of town washing ashore during the spring thaw was difficult enough to handle, but a murder being committed right in the cove during a much-needed festival season was a public relations nightmare. "Sheriff? Mayor?" Olivia nodded as she reached them. Trent looked around at the growing crowd and then at Laura before meeting Olivia's gaze.
"Follow me."
They all went inside and headed towards Stacy in the lobby. She was talking to Nolan Turner, the assistant museum director, who looked visibly upset. Olivia came to a jarring stop, sucking in a sharp breath. This was worse than just a murder being committed in town. The victim was one of their own. Faye Allenby, the museum director, lay flat on her back on the floor by the front desk in a pool of blood. Olivia took a moment to compose herself, and then bent down to conduct an initial assessment. Faye's head was bashed in just like Penelope's. Just like before. Olivia moved the edge of Faye's blouse to the side and looked at the skin just beneath her collarbone. Her heart started to pound, and she let go of the shirt. Her body shielded anyone from seeing what she just saw. She needed to examine the rest of her body in private to be sure. Breathing slowly, she counted to 10 before moving away to stand up and meet the sheriff's questioning eyes. "When your crew is finished, have the body taken to the crime lab. I'll get started right away."
"You got it."
"I don't understand any of this. Who would do such a thing?" Laura asked. "Faye was a good person, a friend. What on earth is going on around here?"
"I'll see if anything was taken. Maybe it was just a robbery. Maybe there isn't any connection between Faye and Penelope."
Trent made a note in a small notebook he carried and gave Zoe instructions. "Well, they both had their skulls bashed in." Laura folded her arms around herself and shivered. "I'd say that's pretty similar."